I just got back from being in the hospital for 4.5 days with a spontaneous pneumothorax, so my lung completely collapsed. They go through this part of my rib cage, and the doctor, he cuts off a part of my lung, the little bubbles on the top of my lung, which are making me collapse. They take a little like scrub, like really rough, sharp, like scrubber thing, and they go inside and they scrub my lung and my rib, so it's really raw and inflamed. When I woke up from this surgery, I asked the nurse if this is what death is, if this is how, like, if I'm dying, because it was one of the most horrific pains I've ever experienced, and it would not end.
Just 5 months ago, 23-year-old Grace vowed to never vape again after she was hospitalized for a collapsed lung. Now, this lung had been collapsed for a while. It wasn't just like one day it did. She says she began vaping in college at 19 years old because she thought, well, yeah, it's cool. We'll just give it a shot. This was hell.
It was the worst pain I've ever experienced in my life.
And did you know there were risks associated with vaping?
Yeah, I was trying to quit for a while and I felt like I needed to. And then one day I was on the treadmill and I was like, I really can't breathe right now. The next morning I started coughing up blood. So I knew then that something was up.
Yeah, when you hear Connor talking about this and say, well, you know, you could have a lung problem and you could have surgery, that doesn't sound like a lot when you say it real fast.
Mm-hmm.
But when it becomes a reality, it's a whole lot different, right?
It is so painful and it's so real. Like I was in the hospital twice because of it, because it collapsed again the next week. And then I got this surgery and they put chest tubes in you and it feels like they have a knife stuck inside your ribs. You can't move, you can barely eat, you can't go to the bathroom by yourself. I had to deal with mortality at a young age and just be like, I could die.
Yeah. And is there anything that would get you to ever do that again?
No, I have not vaped in 168 days and like 9 hours. I have a timer.
Yeah. But you know, it's hard when you're 12 years old. You're bulletproof. I want to talk to Dr. Cedric Jamie Rutland here. Now, he is a board-certified pulmonologist and currently works at West Coast Lung in Orange County, California, and is the national spokesperson for the American Lung Association. Now, Dr. Rutland, you've got to explain to us what exactly is happening to the lungs when somebody takes, and everybody's different, there's different susceptibility, but for some people, it can be just one puff of a vape. What happens?
Yeah, you know, it can be just one puff. I think when you think about it, and everybody in this room is breathing right now, right? If you guys were all to close your eyes and you take a deep breath in and you blow that air out, what you just did is you snatched the environment that surrounds you, you introduced it to the inside of your body. It passes through your trachea, into your pipes, which are called bronchioles, and then into your alveoli, which are the balloons that are stacked on top of one another. And your lungs are supposed to pull out the oxygen, put it into the bloodstream, and give it to your body to give you the energy that you have to sit up straight, to nod your head, to laugh, to cry, all of those things. That's what oxygen does. But in the process of doing that, what your lung is not very good at is separating out the different chemicals and saying, oh, I need this, I don't want this, I can't have this.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.